For all I know, we all have a different ending we could watch.
Yeah,
I don't really want to sit here and like.
groans in pain.
Oh.
I have failed. The future of all that is rests on your shoulders.
You think back on your journey here, on all you have seen, on how the Magisters hunted sorcerers who committed horrible crimes, and purged sorcerers who only tried to heal the sick. You think of how the Eternals unleashed Voidwoken horror on the world in an effort to reclaim it.
This is me.
You
Why?
look at the source around
Because we
you.
all get to pick our own
You
ending.
know that within your reach is Divinity. You think of what you could do with such power. Seeing the vast quantity of source in front of you, you think you should be able to handle a couple of Voidwoken. You think of your personal problems. It's time to make a choice. A choice that decides the fate of Rivellon and of you. Where do you stand?
Huh. Everyone's on their own choices right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on where do you stand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
And we
I
can
can
all
make a
pick what we
quick
want.
save.
Yep.
I'm quick saving.
what's this whole make the sacrifice business? Do you stay here forever, or
I'm gonna accept the power. See ya.
Whee!
Your choice is made. Now others must make their choices too.
oh, now the others must make their choices too?
Yeah. Oh.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. There's something
The
fast
Beal and
lightning.
Los are right next to each other for some reason.
They are.
We're on the same side, too.
We're on the same side.
Are
I
you guys
think
on
it's
the-
because we refused it and you guys wanted it.
Did you guys both refuse it?
I accepted it.
Wait,
I refused it.
what?
Oh.
I don't understand.
The power of friendship
We have a
wins
power
once
disparity
again.
right now, Wonder. We
Wait,
have two enemies.
you guys have crowns above your heads. Did they put me as Los's like backup?
Yeah, you're my
Oh
friend.
my god, you refused it, so they gave it you to someone as an ally. Uh-oh.
That's interesting.
1 versus 1 versus 2.
Nah.
What's the nah?
He made himself invisible.
He is invisible. And he wants me to fight you too.
Del, do not screen look me on this.
Well, I wonder if I have something else up my sleeve.
So are you allied with
I'm
Los?
technically allied with Bird.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Clearly the two most compatible people in this party. Just tower defensing the entrance to your chamber.
Sort of. See, what else do we have? Preparation.
Probably gave it to Shell because of Bird. Shell to Bird because of Bird's glass cannon. Really?
But I have
mean,
glass
Shell,
cannon,
the
and
other
I'm
thing
more
you could
important than
do-
Bird.
The other thing you can do is just start shooting Bird.
No, no, don't do such a thing.
Not
I'm
actively
Bird.
aligned with him.
I'm Bird, and I disapprove of this message.
What a weird ending.
Yeah, this is
I
weird.
mean,
Oh, I should have just
Broken
Did anybody-
through and through.
Did anybody
try to
expect
find Wander.
actually anything different?
T. Oh. Okay. So. Wait. Can I come up here, maybe?
Oh.
No. Go
Yes,
away.
you can.
No.
All right, we'll start with that. That
Fuck.
deflected. Okay.
Oh, because he has the
Follow up with
shield.
This.
You son of a bitch.
And
Wanders. Ah.
Why he turned invisible?
I don't think I could have orchestrated this in any better manner.
Oh,
There's so much shenanigan happening right now.
I've been holding on to those invisibility potions for this entire game.
I had an invisibility potion too. It lasts 10 turns.
Uh-huh. Pretty great.
Past the other things.
that did physical damage? That's bullshit.
Yeah, it does physical damage.
No, fuck. Oh, come on.
Come here, my pretty.
Oh my god. I clicked it slightly above the fucking menu. Oh man. No, don't drink tea, you bastard.
And I'll just restore my res totem. There we go. There we go.
Ah, hell.
Yep. That's how we do it round here.
I wonder if
Hit you
when
with
Bird dies,
this.
if I get handed off to someone else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you naive girl. You think I'm killing Bird.
You want to
Can't
charm
do.
Bird.
God damn
You
it.
apply charm. What just happened?
This game is fucking rigged.
You deserve it.
This game is fucking rigged. I'm fighting 2-on-1 right now, and my powers don't work. That's fair.
Guys, there's also a portal out of here.
You're
yeah,
welcome
so there
to
is.
take it.
Yeah, you could just leave, Shell. Hey, Bird.
Yeah.
How does it feel to deserve everything that is coming to you and more?
What?
Damn
What the
it.
hell? What do you mean?
I don't know. This just feels like the humbling of Birdcatcher.
What?
What have I done?
I don't know.
Hey, I was the only humble one among all of you.
It's true. You're fine. You should probably just leave.
The fuck away from me. You wasted my AP. Son of a bitch, I got focus fired.
Prepare yourself.
Show yourself.
Alright, Invisible Steve, what are you planning on doing?
He's biding his time.
I'm doing things.
He's almost certainly hiding and waiting for this to play out.
No, I'm doing things.
Shit, is Shell just going for the portal? Please just go for the portal.
That's what I'm doing.
Bird, let's go find
and she's
find
Wait.
Wonder.
What?
Wait, what? Wait, is it Pac-Man?
It's Pac-Mander.
Oh, for goodness
That's-
sake.
It's fine,
Kinda
Shell.
really
Just
dumb.
start shooting random empty places to see if you uncover someone.
Why are you trying to
Yeah.
find Wander?
Because he's pitting us against each other so he can fight the weakened
Oh,
winner.
but right now... Oh,
No,
it's
yeah,
the
but-
Widow's turn? Okay.
Yeah, you guys have immunity to the damage that I do. I'm just running out your tea. I could care less on whether or not you guys waited for me. I was just waiting for you to use all of your tea.
How do
Oh
we have
god,
damage?
Wander has like
I
an
don't
infinite
know.
supply of tea.
Yes.
I'd still try to find him. I really thought there was
Okay.
going to be a way for me to get out of here. And leave you all to squabble amongst yourselves.
I'm just
I've been
surprised-
slowed?
I mean, you
I-
could just pass your turn every single turn
Yeah.
and just see what happens, or shoot yourself.
Canonically,
a lot.
we can just claim that Sabine left if you want to just end your turn every time.
Yeah.
But that's
we can,
the thing.
We can headcanon it.
We don't know if, like, you were to kill the other people with the crowns, if I would be left to be like, yay!
I mean, whoever. How about Pact?
You are
Shell
absolutely
doesn't
going to
do
let
anything to
Wander win.
anybody.
God damn it.
Shell doesn't do anything to anybody. Liking that shield, Keith?
Jesus Christ.
The best part is I think Bird's done the most amount of damage to
himself.
himself.
Himself, because of the deflection.
I can't
Aw.
do anything about this.
Oh, this is obnoxiously, like, gut-churningly tense because it's been like 120 episodes leading up to this or something.
Yeah.
And
It's been like, it's the question that's been lingering over the entire playthrough.
I just don't know why they
Hang
did
on.
this. I would have thought
Hang
that if I
on.
would have refused, I would have
Hang
been put
on.
off on a little island off to the side and been like, oh, I get to watch this spectacle as it unfolds. Then it's like, nope, here you are, you're paired with someone. It's like, what?
You put the cat out? Can it AoE or something?
You're right fucking here. I can see you. You're right here, and I can't do anything about it.
How did you see
You
him?
son of a bitch. Look at the
It's
glowing ground.
tiles
He's
on the ground.
right there.
It's so bullshit.
Oh, right.
I was really
they
hoping
are
nobody
on
would bother to
tiles.
look.
Oh yeah, it glows around your feet. Weird. Weird.
You're right there, and I can't do anything.
Oh, invisibility is stupid.
Ah, man.
Oh, this really could not have ended better.
What? Only because it's ending favorably for you?
No, I mean, yes, dickery, but like, I just didn't do anything. You guys could have just passed your turn until my invisibility wore off.
Yeah, but
They immediately started fighting.
We
I
can enter
accept.
like a little pact.
I set up defenses.
Hey, now that we know
I
where
didn't
Wander
attack
is.
anyone. I still haven't attacked anyone.
God damn it. I could have nether swapped you to knock one and then knocked Wander out of invisibility, but I fortified myself, which means I can't nether swap.
Oh
What a,
yeah,
what a
you're
specific
teleported,
problem.
Man. That's funny. Right there, I can't hurt you because you're invisible. I just saw the glowy stuff around Fane's feet, and I was like, he's right there.
Oh.
And
Shocked him into existence.
He did.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Found him.
Yeah, you did.
need
I
to
killed your
knock
cat
most
for
of its
2
magic
AP.
armor.
It's okay,
Oh.
I'm dead on my next turn.
Yeah.
So mad
Which
charm doesn't
leaves
work.
the question of what will happen to me when you die.
Nothing. I assume
Will I
it's
get-
going to be on my team.
Will I get handed off to someone else? Because you're the
No,
only one
nothing's
with...
going to happen. This game isn't programmed. Alrighty. Laters.
He has black tea.
Oh, so you're gonna use fire.
Will this work? I have no idea if this will work.
Glory is mine.
Am I free?
It'll work.
I'm free, I'm free.
No.
No.
No,
You're not.
I'm still paired with you. But what that means I can revive you, technically.
Yeah, you could.
Oh. I forgot. Thanks for the AP.
Prepare yourself.
This. Yeah, this is... Five AP.
You have 5 AP right now?
Yeah.
That's because of the
What
tea.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
He
Eat,
gained 2
man.
from killing me, and he has 5 AP because he's got the thing that
Even after running
reduces
through
AP cost by
damn
2.
it. Just has infinite actions.
Yes.
I'll yield to none.
Yes. Infinite actions.
Now what will happen? Oh,
He's not dead yet.
Resistant death.
Oh, that's why. Right. This becomes one of those stupid contests.
huh.
I
What to do?
I actually feel sick.
What?
Why?
Just the whole game building up to this, and I'm like, "Ugh." It's
Yeah.
like the last turn of a Twilight Imperium game, where like you spent all day building up to this one moment, and it's so freaking close.
Oh my god, thank you.
Well,
the
I
fuck?
figure
Oh my
I can bring
god,
him
no!
back.
A twisty twist.
Don't
It
tell me
is a twisty
Losa's gonna
twist.
win.
What the hell does that mean?
Shell,
What?
I thank you, Shell.
Shell,
No,
why?
it is everything that
That is fair game.
It's fair. 100% fair game.
Shell, you're gonna give me a heart attack.
I wonder if we use source vampirism
I
on.
know she's invisible.
Well, sort of. We know exactly where she is.
Oh man. Oh, this is cool. Since Shell's on my team, I can see her. Even though she's
Where she
invisible.
is.
Yep. Oh man. Oh shit, death fog. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was fucking brilliant.
Yep. I've been trying
Been
to
holding on to
prepare
that
for
for a
this
while.
one.
I'm probably gonna die on my turn. Nice.
Because of the death
Yeah,
fog.
that's my fault for getting close.
Damn it.
Just teleport him into the death fog.
I need poison. Go. I reflected off you to get more poison on purpose. Hello, Losa.
Hi, Fane. Are you okay? You seem not okay.
He only has one thing of death fog.
Why did I fortify myself?
He can't
I
swap
can't
with you.
nether swap.
And it doesn't work until you kill Sabine. That's the problem. It baseline it's a 2-on-1.
God damn it.
How long have you been carrying that death fog around with you?
Since that moment where I over-encumbered myself and then respected my character and you'll teleport out of the world.
Ah, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
God damn it. This should be the best plan ever.
No, it is absolute genius.
Fuck
I will give
you.
that much. Oh shit.
Fuck you.
I have no armor against this. This might hurt a lot.
Everything explodes.
Yeah, I might actually die on my turn. I got knocked down.
Die.
I got knocked down.
Get back up again.
Die. I just want to win. How are you alive?
Death fog is temporary.
What the fuck?
Oh.
The fire burn away the
There's
death
a little
fog?
bit of death fog.
I
Death
better not
fog
move.
is, by the way, 200 pounds.
Do you just spec yourself a hell of a lot of strength just so you could...
So you
God.
can carry that, yeah.
Shell.
Oh.
Oh.
Shell,
Well,
you did this.
Wait.
I'll yield to none.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back again.
Yeah. But
Shell,
can you only
why?
use your idols once?
Why, Shell?
Shell, that was great.
No.
That was
Do it
great.
again.
I'm really impressed.
Do it again, Shell.
We'll have to see.
Shell fucked my plan so hard. God damn it,
Alright,
Shell.
there we
Fuck
go.
you. Oh.
What? But I'm there to witness this.
And I can't see it because I'm dead, so I can't see the final cutscene.
Yeah, I'm not in
That's
this
a
conversation.
fucking well-programmed game. Can you at least read it out
Actually,
loud for me?
you're a sizzling corpse on the ground behind me.
That is...
Losa.
That is great.
See the Losa corpse?
Yeah, I
Yep.
see it. After all that you've been through, and all that you've done, and all that you've become, the Terran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take. Yeah, let's see, I'm gonna save. Give the source back to all the peoples. Release divinity into the world. When everyone is divine, no one is divine.
You fucking
You've
communist.
doomed everyone.
What the hell are you doing? That's the worst idea.
One for all?
What?
You just
I
gave-
said
you made
I
everyone
said
a
from the
god?
get-go, I was rolling from Red Prince just cares about getting his kingdom back. He doesn't give a rat's ass about divinity. And I stuck to it.
I just
So
thought,
it ended.
Communist.
A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. When the dust settled, no new divine had risen. Instead, all source was released into the world for all the people and every creature to share. Everyone was now a sorcerer. And united, the peoples of Rivellon pushed back the God King into the very depths of the void. This ushered in a new golden age of peace and prosperity. But alas, it was not to last.
Yeah.
With many greedy for wealth, power, and position, the struggle soon began anew. Source, the very language of creation, was used in violence once more. The never-ending contest for power continued. As for me, I was freed of the tyranny of the God King. To atone for my sins in this world, I spent the rest of my days taking care of the sick and elderly.
Poorly drawn.
I would tell the story of the Godwoken to anyone who would listen. The story of the greatest heroes Rivellon had ever known. The heroes who chose not to close the veil.
Oh, to close the veil?
What? Oh, hi, guys.
You never
Hey
closed
guys,
the veil.
how's it going?
I thought hiding
Wait.
behind that wall was my master
You
stroke.
really want to you want to try this again, Bird?
I'm still on Losa's team alone. We're not all together.
Apparently
Yeah,
so.
it's permanently fucked.
That's funny.
Alrighty.
Jesus.
Well, shall we talk
Anyway,
to Melody?
invite to party.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, I love Sabile's party now.
Invite to party. And
I don't know
invite
if I
to
can
party.
revive you, Bird. Oh, hey.
Just
What's
join the
this?
party.
Oh.
There we go.
Huh.
Ta-da.
Was not aware of that.
Well, we've never been out of
Oh.
a party before.
Yeah. All right, Bird, you can come back.
Now I'll be able to read dialogue.
Malady
Theory.
stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here, she looks almost angelic.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time. I've a lot of planning to do, now that there's not to be a new divinity.
She drums her fingers testily on her crossed arms.
All that work, all that effort, tossed into the gutter like a malformed child.
I think the world is better off without an almighty tyrant.
You say that now. Let's see how you feel when you realize the true implication of a world filled with sorcerers.
It already seems like it's filled with sorcerers.
Yeah, that's true too.
Never mind. I'll find another way. I always do.
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems as though she's about to remove it, but instead, she places a hand on your shoulder.
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. Sacrificed much. And I'd have given even more to see you fulfill your destiny.
She looks you up and down.
I guess this will have to do. Take a moment, why don't you? Relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same.
Tell her the Lady Vengeance looks as good as new. Ask how she managed to repair it.
The same way I do everything, of course. Demonic guile.
Ask on where she plans to go.
Wait, hold on.
What?
To quote my chat, now the last forest tiger is a sorcerer.
The last what?
The last forest tiger.
Forest tiger is a sorcerer.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know. Around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a lover or 300. I'd say we've earned it.
For 300?
Howdy
like
was
that.
a good sorcerer.
Oh yeah, didn't they say all of the peoples and animals? Are the
Yeah.
animals gonna get it too?
Now the
Perhaps
coos
our
are.
paths will cross again. Perhaps not. Until we find out.
Alrighty. That's it. Right?
All right. Thanks.
Just
thanks,
more. I don't
everybody.
care. I am done. I am done.
There's
Well, the
Tarquin over
waypoint
here.
menu option's gone, so it's definitely just talk to people on the ship.
There's nothing interesting.
Yeah. What does Tarquin have to say? Tarquin was like the most wasted character in this entire game. Just like, go get to the anathema for me. Anathema.
He's
I can't even
anathema,
talk to the
anathema.
boat anymore.
Source of all, eh? A bold move, I'll grant you that. I didn't think anyone considered the little people anymore. Ask him what he thinks of the new world that you helped usher into existence.
I don't know yet. Perhaps peace will reign and all will be equal. Or perhaps you've bestowed great power on undeserving children and turned them loose on each other.
Definitely the latter.
Time will tell, I'm sure.
Didn't you hear the cutscene? The Wendigo told us.
There's still war, yeah. Ask him what he'll do now.
That is the question, isn't it? How does one top the greatest feat of necromancy ever conceived? I might have the answer to that. Tell me, have you ever heard of Gustavgen? No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written language, unreadable to most.
Pick to
But
the
myself,
end.
naturally. It comes from a mysterious race from another world. Beings that feed on minds.
Really?
I intend to seek them out. This Gustavgen seems to guard portals to their realm. And once I've uncovered one, well, why settle for being the greatest mind in just one world when there's another for the taking?
Take your leave.
Alrighty. That's it.
Apparently, talk to the boat to leave. Technically, we
can't-
can talk to like beasts.
Oh
Sure.
wait, we can talk to the boat now.
I'm
Yeah.
also
Oh
talking to
yeah,
little
Beast is
boy.
on top of the bow. Why does he keep coming back? I thought he was supposed to be gone forever.
Well, he's a ghost.
$1,300,000 dozen and 50 gold
Shake
pieces.
your head. How can
now
this
pay
be?
up.
She was dashed upon the mountainside.
It is so. But if you can't pay me in money, then I'll just have to insist you keep me on and...
Han ponders your suggestion for all of a second.
Okay, I love being all sneaky and
So you're just glad to see all the trouble behind you
well,
rather than in front of you.
Yeah. But you'd better believe the bill for that will be a doozy.
I am at the ready.
Nod silently. It's time to depart.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins.
All right, moving on to the next adventure.
Now
whatever that
pre-ordering
is.
Divinity Original Sin 3 with your credit card, pre-programmed in
No,
Steam.
now kickstarting at the highest tier.
That's what this ready check is.
The world was at peace, at least for now.
That's a neat map we've never seen before.
That was actually
With its
kinda nice
significance
looking.
as the seat of divinity diminished, Arcs fell into decline, and within 7 generations had emptied. Few were as prepared for the new world as the lizardkin of the ancient empire. With power spread equally throughout the world, the advantage lay with those who knew how to steal it, and at this the lizards excelled.
Huh.
Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom prospered, until 2 years later, a jealous lover stabbed her in the heart with a mutton fork.
Okay, then.
With their power returned, the elves reclaimed their lands from the Death Fog and began to rebuild. Soon they would split as two factions sought power, one to bring back the trees, the other to bring back the scions. A dwarven joke did the rounds. It ends with the punchline, "So Lucian dropped the Death Fog on them again." Only the elven Godwoken could bring the elves together once more. And in a dark forest on the far side of a desert, well beyond the high seas, the Black Ring came together once more.
Is it just me, or is this like weirdly stilted?
It's super
The
stilted.
island of Fort Joy, the old redoute of the Source King Brachus Rex, was turned over to the people of Driftwood to use as they wished. They turned it into a holiday resort. Reaper's Coast prospered.
Good for them.
The fisheries returned, and the fertile farmlands produced the greatest harvests the surviving farmers had ever seen.
Place on scarecrows.
Blood Moon Island became particularly fecund, its soil producing the greatest crops. A particularly crimson-fleshed orange grown on the island became a delicacy across half the world.
And also
Blood
drove them all
orange.
mad.
Good. Yeah, blood oranges.
The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still.
Whoops.
Driftwood became a center of industry, trade, and transport.
Good for them. They also prospered.
After a long and harrowing journey, Lovric the Waiter arrived in Sicil, where he opened a tavern.
That was me.
The meaty stew became famed almost as much for its food as it was for its greasy, abusive owner.
Huh?
That was the
That guy that ran off?
Yep.
Oh no.
Lagan left his over-demanding wife and began a relationship with a local bard.
Who?
In the spirit of loving generosity, he returned the ring to his now
this is the guy that
ex-wife. In a fit
we
of
never
rage,
found him
she
again.
threw it into the sea.
He killed his wife or whatever.
No, this is the guy whose ring fell into the sea and we found it and gave it back to him, and the void
You would
Woken
never
attacked us.
forget Dorothea's
She threw it in there
kiss.
again.
Dorothea herself left Driftwood for the ancient empire, ever in search of the perfect kiss. She never found it, although once or twice she came close. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Millennia later, adventurers would come in search of the legendary divine city of Arx and the crypt of the great Lucian. None would pass the path of blood. Young Han went into the theatre and became one of the realm's most popular actors. Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her.
On with your face.
With no new divine, Malady found herself in a predicament. She had an important problem to solve, but no ally strong enough to call upon, and so her search continued. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became
was the
obsessed
greatest
with
act?
rumors of another plane of existence. One
For
day he
desync, I
vanished
had a different
and
one,
was never
because
seen
If you
again.
remember, I slept with a lizard at one point, so I saw
Oh,
something
yeah.
for her.
Yeah, we
With
are
the
desync
source
now.
released to the world,
'cause I'm just now
Ahu the
seeing
wizard
Darkwind.
spent more and more time as a cat. One day he decided he would not change back. Sabile wandered the world. She became a household name, famed the realm over as a traveling hero, celebrated wherever she went. Enjoying life to the fullest, she was truly and finally free. The Red Prince came home a hero. With Sada, he had more dragons. Soon, Prince became emperor, one who would not use his dragons for conquest. His realm knew peace, and the world did not burn. Losa returned to her music and enjoyed a storied career as Rivellon's premier musician. Dark moods would at times overtake her, and she would spend long hours walking in the wilds. She always returned with a new song. And then there was you. You returned to the world a sorcerer among many. Your future was yours to decide. Did you accept your new status with humility? Only you know the truth.
I saw the ending
you
for
and one
the
other.
Prince and Losa,
But of him you
but
are
not
free.
for Sabile, and you
The
saw
God
ending
King
for
no longer
Sabile.
calls your name. He no longer whispers your shame.
So,
only you know if you
man,
atone for your
man.
sins.
All right, I'm at the end.
Okay. So, Sabile wandered the world as a traveling hero and became really famous. Losa became like a premier musician.
Yeah, I got
but would
that part.
Sometimes
Yeah.
get pissed off, go off into the woods, and come back with a new song. What happened to the Red Prince?
Oh, and
Red
my
Prince became an emperor, and he became
Okay.
well known for being very peaceful.
Hey.
he didn't stick his dragon shape
All
on
right, so
everyone.
the other thing of note, I'm going to exit out. The other thing of note is that I got a special. So remember, I slept with the prostitute,
Lizard
at
lady,
the,
yeah.
I thought we killed her
yeah.
though.
I got a no, we didn't. She ran away. I got a special note about her. She went back home and became famous and became a. She formed a house of lizarddom. Like she became a baroness over the house of love.
Okay.
Oh.
So she created another house because there's the House of Dreams, the House of Law, the House of Shadows, the House of
Yep.
Just. Okay.
Yep. And with that, I am signing off.
Good night, Bird.
Night.
We're done.
Have a
I have to
great
go
Christmas
pack.
vacation. Yes.
Yep.
Thanks for toughing it out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad it's done.
Yes.
Have a good night, everybody.
Hey.
We're done. We're... Hey, I'm still in
I am going-
TeamSpeak, so everyone just heard you.
Yeah.
I hadn't closed out yet. Night, guys.
User disconnected from your channel.
Uninstalling Divinity. All right, it is gone.
What about your ending? Did they have anything for Fane, Keith?
Did they talk to you guys in terms of you?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, they talked to me directly.
Do you want to
Yeah.
know what happened to Fane?
No, I got Fane's ending then because that was the ending part.
Well, they tell us what happened to Fane.
They didn't tell me
Oh.
what happened to Fane.
They told me what happened to Fane.
Really, what happened to
He
Fane?
wandered the world, chronicling, kind of events and looking for his, dead wife who's also entombed, who was entombed like he was.
Why didn't I
But
get
he
that
never
ending?
found her. I don't know.
Yeah, and I didn't get to see the Sabile ending, even though I was playing as Sabile, but Wander got to see it. Maybe... I don't know.
Yeah. Please show the other endings. I don't... So long.
Voice direction by Josh Whedon.
Oh.
His first and last name are one letter off from Joss Whedon.
Yep.
Alright, well I gotta lay down.
Yes.
I let
Goodbye.
myself care too much, and then I got a pit in my
did.
stomach, and it won't go away. I'm not even actually mad or like freaking out or anything. It's just that I got a weird pit in my stomach from stress, and it won't go away. And I'm like, God
when you hit
damn
me
it.
with the death fog, I felt my heart drop, and I'm like, no. And I wanted to like start yelling or something. I'm like, no, I got this.
I wonder if you had actually concentrated on killing Wander. If
well, no, the death fog was.
I would have won if you didn't revive Bird.
Well, no, I revived outside of the death fog.
Yeah, but I could have just teleported you directly back into the death fog, but I had to deal with 2 enemies at once.
True.
And I was like, fuck, I have to split my attention and just hope that maybe you'll revive and maybe you'll die in the death fog anyway or something. So I knew Bird was definitely not going to die, but everything was
That was such a dirty trick. You almost got me with that one.
I almost got caught when you guys were all teleporting to me while I was in the character creator, respecing for death fog.
Yeah.
There's a part where you were consuming all the souls in that market, and I was standing next to you with 250 out of 100 encumberment because I couldn't walk with the death fog crate.
Props. I should have seen that coming.
it would have been interesting if 2 of us had refused Divinity, because then it would probably been a 2-on-2.
Probably, yeah. Would have been fun, but I almost like how this turned out better. Because that was
gonna
nuts.
head out.
Yeah, good night.
Okay, good night.
Let's see how we can change things here. You'll fulfill your destiny. You'll create the world where the God King rules eternal. This is me recording solo with old save files.
After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aeteran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take, or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate, and the future of the world. What shall you do with Divinity?
Become the next divine, or give the source back to everybody, or allow yourself and all the world to be purged of its source. So if all the source goes away, that leads to the ending where the Eternals return and they become people again. But also everyone... So the Eternals return and I save my people, essentially. But all source is purged, which I assume means everyone who has source dies. Or I can turn to the God King, which seems like a not swell time either. Torn. I kinda just want to see the God King ending, honestly.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. The Eternals returned to the world. In the eyes of the God King, Fane was redeemed. He returned to his studies. Dwarves, elves, lizards, and humans all became slaves, ruled over by the Sworn and the Eternals. The God King had defeated the Seven and returned from the void. Relics of the old world remained, but in time they crumbled and fell, like the memories of the peoples who had built them, lost to time like sand in the wind, but not lost to Fane. Fane would never forget. As for me, I was freed of one covenant only to be enslaved once more. But I am fortunate. I serve Master Fane now. My task, to chronicle the rise and fall of the Godwoken. This was their story. Master, I hope you approve.
Ha! Get fucked, Red Prince. That was weird, though. What save did I load? I just loaded the save and it was just in that conversation already where I just say, yeah, make me divine. But, like... that was never an option for me? In our canonical playthrough? Red Prince won the fight, so why was the option posed to Fane? I didn't win. I didn't do another fight off camera. Did all these characters just patiently sit by and just let me to get my way, and the fight never happened? I'm actually not sure what just happened. Anyway, how do you guys feel about me being Emperor now?
Malady stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask. From here, she looks almost angelic.
Not exactly Emperor, but kind of.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. I'd say you owe me, but why state the obvious? Get an eyeful. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time. It isn't going to be easy cleaning up this mess you've made. It might not even be possible. I don't know how I could have been so wrong about you. I'm never wrong.
Tell her she shouldn't speak that way to a disciple of the God King.
A cruel smile spreads across her lips.
Tell your God King he'll have to send much more than you to silence me. Until we meet again, all the best to you.
So, when is this happening exactly? Is this like right after the ending, but before the epilogue, or what? I wonder. Also, supposedly Tarquin's great act of necromancy was that he apparently resurrected Brachus Rex, and that was his act of necromancy. But like, you have to like find the mention of it, otherwise you're kind of screwed and can't tell where it happened. What's going on here? Oh yeah, you can tell that the fight never happened because there's my Death Fog crate right there. So this save was before the fight, but if no players are controlling the other characters, then only your character gets that question, and then you just win, and the whole conflict never happens. Weird. I imagine it doesn't quite work that way if these are all, if these weren't players, like if they were all NPCs the whole time. I imagine they would have motivations or interactions of some kind, but the specific outcome of them being players that aren't being controlled right now means that they just skip dialogue, I guess.
Do you know what you've done? You've signed my death warrant, fool. The God King won't stand to the likes of me in this world. Not after I abandoned his cause.
A short talk. Oops.
Leave me alone, okay?
Oh, people are not happy. People are not happy I betrayed the entire world to and just screwed everybody. Beast is still here. That's weird at some point, right? He died in Act 1. He's been gone for so long that at some point it's getting weird that he's still in the cast of characters that you can talk to for updates, as if you are likely to still care about him.
Beast's spirit barely responds to you. He only sings while brushing his ghostly beard.
He says he likes it thick and long and combs it out all dilly-eye-day. He says he likes it big and strong and combs it out all dilly-eye-day. He twists and rubs and tweaks the nubs. He strokes and pokes like all the blokes. He say he'll touch it all day long and combs it out all dilly-eye-day.
That's just... I guess he's just passively just hanging out and being chill about the whole being a dead guy thing, and he's not overly perturbed about the whole thing. Huh. Anyway, sorry, I'm just gonna take a little revenge. A whole series worth of frustration taken out in one moment. There we go. Ah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Ah, they are my friends, but also that was a frustrating playthrough for all of us, wasn't it?
There's nothing interesting down there. The future lies above, not below.
Oh wow, you straight up can't go. They don't let you go down there, even though there might be characters down there you might want to talk to. I guess there just aren't. Huh. Ah, Death Fog, you did not go as planned. I was so close. And I'm sure I'm gonna get so many comments about all the misplays I did during that fight that I could have done slightly differently that would have led to the difference. That was rough. the specific stress you get of doing a full playthrough that's all building up to a 4-person showdown for the fate of the world or whatever, and then having it happen and having so many surprises, like finding out that Shell was going to just bow out, apparently, making it a 3-way fight, but then also Shell bowing out doesn't remove her from the fight but makes her a companion of one of the other players, to then the issue of like Shell and Bird being a team near me, and then Wander using invisibility, so it's me versus Shell and Bird, and then Wander's not there, to then Shell removing herself from the fight and being like, nah, I'm just gonna not fight, to then reviving Bird anyway after I already defeated him, just so that I'm then like having to fight him again, and I'm like, holy shit, the variables here are so out of whack at some point, and I'm just trying to make my Death Fog plan work that I was silently doing in the background without saying anything about it. And I'm like, son of a bitch. It reminds me, on one point of frustration was that it reminded me a little bit of tabletop days with this guy named Ben that used to play with our group that would like just disregard how in tabletop games everyone's supposed to be trying to win, and you can't just decide to make somebody else win because that screws up the basic balance of the competition. Like Shell assisting Bird by reviving him, it's like, oh, that really fucks with the dynamic of this entire fight. But as a recorded video, I'm pretty psyched about how the ending played out, just because it was so, there was drama there. The number of developments that happened over the course of that fight that changed the course of it were just really exciting, and so that was the good side of it. As far as the playthrough as a whole, this is my chance to talk about it, I suppose. Mixed feelings. Playing multiplayer in a CRPG is the most bizarre thing. Partly in this particular case too, where everyone gets to be protagonist man. Having the story spread between so many people and having so much shit go on, you might have noticed that during the playthrough there was entire chunks where I was just sort of passively along for the ride, and that's because there was everyone's constantly fighting for the limelight. Everyone's constantly fighting for like who gets to talk to who and who moves forward. That like at some point I found as a defensive mechanism for trying to preserve the playthrough as a watchable thing, I often saw it best for me to just sit back and let everyone else do stuff and just constantly watch what they're doing so I can record the conversations for the sake of the Let's Play and stuff like that, because like I would only be adding to the noise exponentially if I was actively doing stuff, because it was already such a mess because everyone else was actively doing stuff. Then there's elements of like, yeah, people make choices I'm not always fond of. Sometimes reloading decisions that I don't think should be reloaded, or making decisions haphazardly without thinking about it, then being baffled by the outcomes, and a bunch of stuff happening over the course of it. And elements of like, by the end there was some moments where Bird and it varied from day to day, but there were definitely some days where Bird and Wander just like, we're just done with this game, and so I'm like, oh come on, we gotta do the dialogue, like we're doing an act transition, we should talk to the people on the ship, because that's like RPG 101, and everyone's like, I just want to go, and I'm like, okay. So it's a mixed experience. On one hand, part of me wants to just have done the game solo, because it's a different experience. People like the Red Prince and Sebel and everyone are still in the game, but they're NPCs, so they're less like a player character and more like, say, Garrus and stuff like that. They're a character with a predetermined personality that will always do certain dialogue options, and the variability is gone, and they're like a consistent character that you interact with, as opposed to another player character the way that we all were here. It's a really ambitious game, and it's a mess, and it's weird, and so like on one hand I kind of like that we did the multiplayer thing because it's a unique experience I've never had before, so I like that I've done that, but there's just a weird, there's a huge FOMO thing, I guess, this feeling of like, if you do one thing you miss out on the other thing. If you play solo you miss out on multiplayer, and if you play multiplayer you miss out on solo, and the only way to rectify that is to play this entire game twice, and I don't think I'm going to do that, because that's what the fuck. That's so much time, and so much of the content would be repeated and not that different. I could see myself doing it just for in my own time, maybe, but not like as a series. That's so much time commitment to recording, editing, and rendering, and re-uploading, and filling a time slot of your channel with the same game twice for like overall like 200 episodes, probably. It's a different experience, and I think they're both equally valid. Probably, I just know that I'll be unsatisfied no matter what. Whichever one I did, I'd be unhappy that I didn't do the other one. And fortunately and unfortunately, we get to look forward to that same question soon, because Wasteland 3 is a game that's coming out. And in Wasteland 3, they made it even weirder. In Wasteland 3, you get a squad, just like you do in Wasteland 2, but there can be another player in your game. I don't know if it's a 2-player game or a 4-player game. I assume it's just 2 players because of complexity reasons. But the other player gets their own squad, and they wander around the wasteland doing stuff independently of you. So it would be just like how in Wasteland 2 you would hear about what other squads were up to sometimes, but they were like predetermined characters that always do the same thing. It's just background noise, just explanations of like, yes, other people exist in this universe. But in that game's case, the other squad will be controlled by a player, and that player will be making character decisions that affect your game, because then you'll go to those locations and interact with NPCs that the other player already met, and they have a specific relationship with the Wastelanders as a result, and the Rangers as a result, and stuff like that. I'm like, that sounds much like this game. It sounds incredibly ambitious and crazy and nuts, and I have no idea how they'll pull it off. And I'm stuck with the same decision again of, do I play Wasteland 3 single player and not deal with any of that new stuff and just play it as a Wasteland sequel, or do I play Wasteland 3 in the multiplayer experience, which could be messy and weird and crazy, but also unique and interesting, and whichever one I do makes me miss out on whatever the other one could have been. It's weird. It's so weird. I like that people are pushing the CRPG genre forward. I'm not entirely sure if these are the ways to do it, but I like that they're doing it at least, because like a problem with popular genres is that, or not popular genres, niche genres. I'm thinking immersive sims, aka the 0451 games or the Spyglass games, or CRPGs, or adventure games, point-and-click adventure games, is that you run into a genre trap, which is that once you're reviving a niche that's been dead for a bit or hasn't been super popular, and you're trying to like sell yourself on being a revival of that niche, you fall into a trap of being the same game as every other game in that genre. But again, Broken Age was just another point-and-click game, just like all the ones before it. Prey is a great game, but it is so tied to the origins of that genre and what it's expected to be a successor to that genre, and as a result it can't always strike out on its own, for example. And then for CRPGs, you got like Obsidian making like Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny, and like those are games that are like very much tied to what a CRPG already is. And so like being a member of a genre doesn't mean you have to be confined to the exact expectations of what previous games like that were exactly. So I like that, hearing that Wasteland 3 and both Original Sin games did different things to screw with that, because Original Sin 1 was already a 2-player co-op game. I like that they're doing stuff with that. I just won't necessarily agree that the exact changes they make are for the best necessarily, but at least they're trying. So this has been Wasteland 2. This has been Divinity 2, Original Sin 2, and it has been a glorious mess, just like I said it was going to be before I even knew how it was going to play out, based on the setup at the beginning, because I just knew a 4-player co-op game? What? This was a thing. Let's roll credits, I suppose, and see if anything changes.
Master.
Let's see. How can this be? She was dashed upon the mountainside.
Consider me to be a gift from Malady. My wood was splintered, but my spirit intact. It was a great feat, but given her skill, not a surprising one. A shame I must be given life anew to know the pain ahead, a pain that will endure.
Mark that. It's good to see her. The Lady Vengeance has been a dependable ally. Just gonna ignore the part where she's like sad about being alive.
As I was called to be, I am yours to command. My will is of no consequence, even as we sail into darkness. And so, as I must, I say, I am at the ready.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, but you know it is not to last. The sails flutter in the wind, yet you know they are soon to still. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins. And what of you? What of you, Fane the Eternal indeed? You were the key to it all. You brought the Eternals back to the world and saw the God King enslave the thieves. You set right the original wrong. And the seven were punished for their transgression. Are you proud of all you achieved? Or are you ashamed of your sins?
Ha! The super long recounting of everyone, of what happened to everyone after the ending is just skipped because all of them are slaves or dead now in this ending. And it's just judging Fane accusingly. That guy's got a colorful name. What is going on with that? I noticed that last time too. Like, what are you happy with yourself, Fane, after what you've done? So yeah, it seems like the reveal was that Fane was the original sin. Interesting, huh? Especially for a character that was added right before release, like the last change they made, basically. Weird. This has been a mess. I would probably have a better understanding of the story if it was played single player, because damn, I've noticed that both Original Sin 1 and 2, it was way harder to tell just what was happening when you were sharing the story with another person the whole time. It's a weird disconnect that makes it difficult to consume the lore, although I think the way that... I think Larian Studios' particular brand of storytelling also is not always entirely compatible with me, because I played Divinity 2 off-camera years and years ago before I ever had a YouTube channel. Well, not before a YouTube channel, but before I was uploading on it, really. And even that one, I'm like, I don't know if I could tell you what happened in Divinity 2, Ego Draconis. But I played it all the way through. I got every achievement, I believe. And I don't know if I can even tell you what the story was. I just remembered the ending being like, what? Huh. Anyway, thanks for putting up with this bizarre experiment, guys. We'll see what this studio comes up with next, because they have been making weird shit lately. And I'll see you guys next time.